The new report from the Center for Climate and Security is important and deserves a wide readership. But even if lots of people read it, how can its impact on the larger climate risk conversation be maximized when most of us so quickly forget the details of anything we hear or read? This video isn't a Climate Web tutorial. Click on Thoughts at the top left or visit our website for that. This video explores how the Climate Web utilizes reports like the new Epicenters of Climate and Security to contribute to important climate conversations and decision-making. You're watching this video from within the explanatory intro video thought that you see here. And when you're done with the video, click on the adjoining thought for the report itself. At the bottom of your screen, you'll see a link to where you can download the full report if you wish. You'll also see all of the individual papers in the report. Michael Thomas's paper is particularly interesting, and I'll use it as an example. Click on it and you'll see a PDF of the paper in the notes field at the bottom. You'll also see a few key ideas and graphics we've extracted from the paper, and you can hover your mouse over the thumbnails for them to pop up to readable size. Just as the paper is linked to multiple topic headings above, if you click on a thought, you'll see that it may be linked to other headings as well. In this case, security and climate graphics. I'll come back to the reason for that in a moment. That's all there is to it. You can click through any of the papers in the report to see key ideas and graphics, and you can revisit the information to refresh your memory at any time. But the Climate Web's role is much larger than that. When I click on the blue topical heading above the report, the security and climate literature opens up for me, and you can explore any aspect of it. Go up one more level, and the entire security and climate deep dive opens up. Deep dives include a timeline of news stories. They include key websites and other web resources. If you spent months searching the internet, you could find a lot of this, but what you'll never find is organized access to graphics or ideas that might really influence your thinking. We call it actionable knowledge. The Climate Web is entirely designed around helping you access actionable knowledge. This collection of security and climate graphics is pulled together from numerous sources. See a graphic of particular interest to you, and you can jump right to its source. The Security and Climate Knowledge Base does the same, pulling together hundreds of ideas from across the literature. You can literally scan the thinking across an entire field and instantly jump to the original source to learn more. This relates back to how the Climate Web helps the new Epicenters of Climate and Security report contribute to the larger conversation. Within the Security and Climate Deep Dive, there are now dozens of paths by which a user can end a report, even without knowing anything about the report itself. But it's more than that. There are many deep dives in the Climate Web, and some are very relevant to the security and climate conversation. The Sea Level Rise Deep Dive, the Climate Impacts Deep Dive, the Business Risk Deep Dive, or the Food, Water, and Energy Nexus Deep Dive, all offer up best available information based on thousands of hours of searching and analysis, and all offer linkages to the Security and Climate Deep Dive. That's because everything is linked to everything else in the Climate Web. That's why the software we use is called the Brain software. There are literally hundreds of ways to end up at the new Epicenters report from dozens of starting points. That's of course true for everything in the Climate Web. To explore the Climate Web, you don't even have to know how it's all put together. More than 1,000 index entries let you instantly jump to thousands of places in the Climate Web. From the Security and Climate Index entry, for example, you can click down into a subtopic, or click up to the Climate Impacts entry. Explore those climate impacts, or click one level up to the topical index starting point to jump almost anywhere in the Climate Web. Or you can cross over to the alphabetical index and explore in an entirely different way. The bottom line is that in seconds you can jump anywhere in the Climate Web. The Climate Web is not an artificial intelligence application, it's an actionable knowledge application. You can explore the Climate Web to your heart's content to find that actionable knowledge, or we can help, pulling together information for a question that you have, identifying graphics and ideas for your internal deliverables. We can deliver highly customized briefings and reports using the Climate Web. We can support company-specific risk assessment and risk scenario development. We can build customized topical dashboards for decision makers. We can even provide you with a ready-to-use climate risk knowledge management system based on the Climate Web. The ways in which we can help you advance your climate-relevant goals with the Climate Web are almost endless, getting you the best information and saving you hours, days, or weeks of time.